Ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to all of you. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Fatima Ahmed Alkadhim, and I work as the Chief She Engineering Officer at Sharjah Electricity and Water Authority. Well, I have really sad news that I have to keep reminding me, and also other people who do not know me, and it is that I am not the officer for all the ladies at my organization, but I am the officer for safety, health, and environmental tasks at my organization. The reason we call it SHE, not HSE, is because His Excellency, our Chairman, has two main thoughts. The first is that it's easier to pronounce than HSE, and the second is because His Excellency has an entire chapter about women empowerment in one of his books. So this is the story of the story. When I was invited in Japan around 2 weeks ago to speak about our achievements in safety, health, and environment. In Japan, what happened is we spoke about this Climate Neutral Now initiative, which is an initiative by the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change about our reductions for carbon dioxide, and you'll see that in a while. So let's begin. They say that organizations are spread along a developmental continuum, a continuum that has an end, and a continuum that has a lower end. So this is where we were. We were here, at the lower end of the continuum, but we want to be there, at the higher end of the continuum. But it's not really easy to reach your goal. It's not really easy to reach your target. You have to pass through several challenges. You have lots of difficulties, drawbacks, but with determination, you can reach your goal. It is also said that each stage in an environmental continuum has its own factor. So let's begin with the first factor. We were the beginners. We had very minimum safety, health, and environment strategy. And also management, unfortunately, was considered unnecessary. Then we moved on to the second step, which is the firefighters. Literally, we were like firefighters, and we took the reactive approach. So when there was an issue, we sprayed water on it. We reacted only when there was a problem. Moving to the third step, we became the concerned citizen. So during this stage, what happened is we made sure that we took a compliance stance to identify and address areas of risks. Here is where we made sure that we have sufficient resources, and also to make sure that they're available to monitor and report. Moving to our fourth stage, which is the pragmatist. So the pragmatist is kind of opposite to the firefighters. We made sure that we are planning to the future, and make sure also that we have good recording, reporting, and auditing systems. But we did not have a complete team, and we had yet to surface. Moving on to the final stage. This stage is called the proactivist. So the proactivist, once again, is the complete opposite of the reactivist. We became knowledgeable, and we took the concept of SHE management beyond reporting and policing. We made sure that we have anticipatory and innovative-based solutions. Over here, we can say that we have reached to what we want. Upon reaching the stage, we were able to create our own SHE model, which I'll be speaking in a while. But guess what? I have something for you. Just to make sure you're up with me, I will be giving one book later on, if you're able to answer this question. And this book is our CWAS Customer-Centric Model book. Are you ready for the question? Yes? Will you remember? Okay. So what was stage 2? Yes? Yes, that's correct. So I have the book, but just please, I'll come to you after my presentation. That's correct. So the answer is firefighters. Moving to the SHE model, SIWA made sure that it has its own unique SHE model apart from any traditional model you might find out there, which is Plan, Do, Check, Act. It consists of 5 main elements, which is joint brainstorming, ubiquitous involvement, presidenting, professional competency, and finally, INMAC skills. I'll be going through these in brief. So our main goal in joint brainstorming is planning to reach a plan. So we make sure that each and every team in an organization or each and every employee in a department comes down and sits together and plan to reach a plan. Whether it's a technician, whether it's a laborer, whether it's a team engineer, whether it's an assistant engineer, we make sure that we all sit down together on one table and plan. The second element is ubiquitous involvement. What we really mean over here is to make sure that safety, health, and environment are given equal importance. And ubiquitous means omnipresence, to make sure that they are included in each and every aspect we work on. The third element, presidenting. Well, presidenting, what do you think it might mean? Presidenting has several meanings in one word. The first is being a president, meaning mastering the skills and activities. The second means denting, which means decreasing or depressing the risk associated with any activity during work. So remember guys, presidenting. The fourth element is professional competency. I always give an example of a teacher. So a teacher can teach, but not every teacher can deliver the information effectively. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yes? So remember, we need someone who is professional, not someone who is only competent, because the literal meaning of competent is the ability to do work. And at SIWA, we always make sure that we're better. So we need professional work. Moving on to the final element, INMAC skills. INMAC are abbreviations for implementing, management, assessing, auditing, and controlling of risks of all safety, health, and environment tasks. Also, using precautions, take corrective and preventive actions, and to ensure compliance with international standards. I have another question for you. Are you paying attention? Yes? But I don't have any giveaways this time. What was element number 1?
Brainstorm.
His answer is incomplete.
I'm being given him that.
Yes. Can I have someone else answer? Element number 1.
Brainstorming to plan.
It's incomplete. Brainstorming is correct. There's another word before brainstorming.
Team join.
Yes, yes. Who said that? Dr. Ash?
That's why it's not
Just
getting
trying to give them the answer.
Yes, that's correct. Joint brainstorming.
So we should do it. You deserve that book. Half of the book, yes.
So ladies and gentlemen, once we were able to reach the pragmatist stage, once we were able to have our own unique model, we were also able to complete several achievements since the year 2016. We started with sustainability reporting back in 2016, and we were the first organization between all Sharjah government to come up with a sustainability report that is GRI approved from the United Nations. Not only that, but we did this for 2 years, and I'm really happy to say that the third report is on its way. And I'm only sharing with you today the cover page. Apart from sustainability reporting, we also came up with our carbon footprint report, which is Zulal's first carbon footprint report, and we are also proud to be the first entity between all Middle East companies to do carbon footprint in coordination with CNN, which is Climate Neutral Now, an initiative by the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. Upon doing so, we got a certificate for reducing 4,550 certified emission reductions from the United Nations, and I'm really proud, once again, to do that. Last but not least, Siwa had its first carbon neutral event back in April for Siwa's bankers meet, and we were able to offset 31 tons carbon dioxide emission reductions for that particular event. Well, the story ends here, but it will persist, and I'd like to leave you with the quote. Organizations tend to adopt different green strategies, some choosing to go no further than what is required, and others go beyond compliance to ensure that they are leaders in their market. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your attention, and one more word from Japan. Arigato gozaimashita.